Tom Taylor and Robbie Rodriguez take Nightwing to Gotham as Dick looks to help Batman and his family with the Magistrate, learning someone has taken over the Oracle network and is using it for nefarious purposes. Tom Taylor unfortunately has to stop his amazing Bloodhaven saga with Dick to tie the book into the very lackluster so far Fear State event, which really upset me since we ended the last issue on such a great note and now all of the air has been sucked out of the big Alfred Foundation reveal and what Dick was planning on doing with his money, all just to tie into this event. Tom, however, does make reference to how bad the timing is in character as Dick, and I guess that is something, actually referencing that this is bad timing and everything, which is good, but I just can't get excited for the story seeing as how bland the main Batman book where much of Fear State is being told is. That's not to say the writing in this issue is lackluster, because it's not. It was a fun Batman Nightwing team up that harkened back to the days of Batman and Robin, and I really like that Batgirl is making a comeback with Dick teaming up with her to sort out the whole Oracle thing that was built up in the Batman book as well. It's just really hard to get excited for it thanks to the story it's tied into and what we left off with last issue. Robbie Rodriguez steps in as artist and has some big shoes to fill, but does a great job filling in for Bruno Redondo for this 3-issue arc, using colour extremely well throughout the issue, as well as some really awesome Batman Nightwing action. I also really love his depiction of Batman and how he casts him in shadow a lot of the times, and how his cape's always draped over him so he looks like how he did in like the animated series where he's all just like one moving mass of shadow. I thought that was really cool. Nightwing issue 84 was a neat tie-in to a so far lackluster Batman event, but I really dislike we had to stop Taylor's amazing Bloodhaven story, especially since we were just getting into the good stuff and it kind of takes all the steam out of the story, which we won't be cutting back to for at least another month and a half. But at least here we had some exciting action harkening back to Dick's time as Robin, as well as the reveal of Batgirl making a return. I'm going to give this issue a 7 out of 10. Nightwing issue 84 sees Dick enjoying the Bloodhaven night with a rooftop pizza, knowing what he did announcing the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation is a lot, since punching bad guys in the face is one thing, but fighting entire corrupt systems is something completely else. Something he didn't train for. Diving into the city, Dick knows that he's got to bring down the monster in the towers and lift everyone struggling on the streets up. Suddenly, his comms deafen him with static, so he heads home to try and contact Oracle, learning someone has compromised Barb's systems and she wants to meet him in Park Row. Dick takes Haley over to Clancy, hoping that she and her kids can look after her, and they are more than happy to, especially ever since their goldfish died, with Dick learning that maybe the kids had a hand in its death. With the dog looked after, Nightwing takes off out of Bloodhaven and into Gotham, knowing this is the terrible timing and he feels wrong turning his back on his city. But in turning Bloodhaven into something worthy, it's good to get a view of something he should avoid. Arriving in Gotham, he finds a man being accosted by the Magistrate, locked up for breaking curfew. Nightwing knows that this absolute control that the Magistrate has over Gotham happens when fear wins. He knows that he has to get to Park Row, but he needs to rely on stealth this time. However, thanks to the drones around the city, it's a lot harder. Nightwing doesn't know why Barbara wants to meet him in Park Row, let alone Crime Alley, but Dick realizes too late that it's a trap as the Magistrate attack. Despite cracking the robots' heads, they continue to come for him, forcing him to surrender as they surround him. Suddenly, Batman shows up, taking down one of the robots as the dynamic duo take down the remaining robots around them. Batman says that he didn't know that they were coming for Dick or that he was in Gotham. Dick says that he came thanks to Barb's message, but Batman says the Oracle systems were compromised and he can't trust communications from their network now. More soldiers arrive, but they soon back off as heavily armed drones take over. With no other way to go, Nightwing smashes into a building window, apologizing to the owners of the apartment as he and Batman barrel through the apartment building. Batman protects Nightwing from a hail of gunfire with his cape as the two heroes finally stop the pursuing drones. Nightwing knows that if they stay in these buildings, civilians will get hurt, but Batman knows they can't take to the skies or the streets either. The men decide to head into the sewers, trekking through the filth of Gotham as Batman tells Dick to go home to Bloodhaven since he's doing an effective job there. Dick, however, just wants to know where he is needed in Batman's plan to stop Scarecrow. Batman says that he needs to stop whoever is hacking into Oracle's systems, telling Dick that Barbara is at the clock tower and he should go there and help her. Dick thanks Bruce for jumping into the ambush with him, but Batman knows that he could have handled the situation himself, but he had watched his parents die in that crime alley and he wasn't about to let that happen to his son. Later at the clock tower, Dick meets with Barbara, telling her her of the trap he and Batman dealt with. Barbara knows that that's the last straw and she can't do anything more from there since her computers are all locked down and she's out of the network. She tells Dick that she won't be able to find out who's doing this from the tower, at least not while all her equipment is out of commission. So she wants to find out where they gained access from out in the city. Dick knows that he can do it in a low-tech way with radios, but Barb says that she's coming with him. Dick reminds her of the hostile army and the tech barely keeping her spine together, but Barbara won't take no for an answer, knowing that this is a system that she built and it's being used to hurt her family. So Batgirl tells Nightwing that this is her fight as well.